Hey, everybody. Well, I got some important news. This is going to be a very, very unusual edition of the DUmmie FUnnies. In fact, it's going to be very significant, and I'll tell you why. I'm going to be breaking some exclusive news. I've already checked on the web. Nobody else has covered it. Everybody watching this is going to be finding out about it for the first time. And that has to do with this fake Washington Post. You probably heard about it. Here you can see here the dummies are celebrating it. If only this were a real newspaper front page, maybe soon. Here it is. This is yesterday. They were giving out the fake. It looks pretty good. It looks like the original. The Washington Post, unprecedented. So it's dated May 1st, 2019. So sometime in the future, but. And everybody's having fun with it. You know, even the Washington Post, some people have wondered, dummies have wondered whether the Washington Post is going to sue. Nah, I'll show you why. They're kind of taking it in good stride. Hey, you know, I'm not against, I've done satire a lot. I used to have a comics satire. That's where PJ Comics comes from. But here's the interesting thing that nobody has covered yet until now. I'm going to show you at the end of this edition of the fake Washington Post, something very, very dark and quite disturbing. Not funny at all. You know, like I say, I can appreciate, even if I don't agree with it, I can appreciate good satire. And, you know, this actually was pretty decent satire. And, you know, they did a great job on replicating the Washington Post. But I'm going to show you in a little bit. So just bear with me. One other thing. If any of you, and you're going to bless me for what I'm about to tell you, if you live in a Washington, D.C. area, if you live in a D.C. area, if you can, if it's not too late, grab as many, just listen to me, grab as many copies of this as you can and list them immediately on eBay. Don't wait, because right now the news is on this. You know, a lot of people might think, oh, I got a copy, it's going to go up in value. No, right now the news is on it. Put it on eBay immediately. I checked on eBay. They haven't been listed yet. Put it on there, and you're going to make some good money. And how can you thank old PJ? Hey, you can buy me a beer with all that money you're going to earn on the eBay sale, auction sale. Okay, so let's get right to it. As we saw, if only this were a real newspaper front page. Maybe soon? Yeah, maybe so. Let's wait. Let's see what happens May 1st. 2019, the real May 1st, 2019, and it's going to be great to see dummy disappointment on that day when guess who is still in the White House. In fact, even funnier is going to be May 1st, 2024, when guess who is still in the White House. Okay, so let's get to it, and then I'm going to get to what I was talking about. Oh, here you are. Oh, yeah, see there. When you wish upon a star or drink too much at a bar. Yeah, when that happens, you can fantasize. It's easier to fantasize about Trump being removed from office. There are fake editions of the Washington Post being distributed around D.C., and I want one. Yeah, you want one, and if you're watching Dummy Mahad, make me whatever Jeeves, list it on eBay. Yeah, even you can make money. It's okay if you're a dummy. I have nothing against you making some money, but. And you don't have to buy me a beer because I'd be worried about what you'd be putting in that as well. Let's see. This isn't a very long thread, and it's okay because I want to get right to it. Happening now, activists handing out satire newspapers in front of the White House predicting a near future in which Trump leaves the presidency. Oh, they're so happy. Oh, please make it happen. This is what they dream about. Yeah. I saw this tweet and had to run over and get a copy. That is genius. Hey, you know what, dummy, whatever your dummy name is, get a copy and sell it on eBay. Get 2 copies. Keep one for yourself and sell the other. I'm not against even dummies, but here's a PDF. Now, we're going to go to, this is important. I went to that PDF, and that's when I found the dark side. Very, very, very dark. It's disturbing, very disturbing about this. You know, it's not all fun and games. I'm going to show you in a minute what everybody so far, except PJ here at DUmmie FUnnies, has missed. So I'm going to go to that in a second here. I've been saved, or it's been saved. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hallelujah, brother, hallelujah. Yeah, and I'm glad you saved that PDF because that was great. Thanks, it is hilarious. Yes, it's hilarious. But as I'm going to show you right now, let's go right to it. So let's leave the dummies by dummies. we're going to go right to the edition. I'm going to show you the dark side here. First, let's just quickly review it. Actually, it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't. Now it's free. Are they giving it away free? Great. That means more eBay profit for anybody that picks them up. So you can see here, dated May 1st, 2019. Instead of democracy dies in darkness, it's democracy awakens in action. Unprecedented. Trump hastily departs White House, ending crisis. Celebrations break out as worldwide as Trump era ends, by Sarah Gabriel Ramos. By the way, here's a funny something. Some people wonder who's doing this. It looks like it's a code pink, as women, because Medea Benjamin, the leader, was handing them out. If you notice, all the articles, with one exception, and I'm going to show you the exception, are all written by women. And, well, all the fake articles. Here, President Pence begins clip doc terms. This is all fantasies of the left. This is fulfilling your fantasies. From Me Too to You're Fired. The actions. Oh, yeah, here. See, women took the lead in ousting Trump. Also a woman. How D.C. stepped up to shop down Trump. Okay, so you could all read this. You don't need me for this. But what I'm going to show you is something nobody has covered. The Civil War that never was. I'll just give you the first paragraph of this. This is, again, we're into fantasy land. As many as 1.5 million people flooded the National Mall in Washington, D.C. this past weekend after Donald Trump called for an armed defense of his presidency, which now appears to be in total collapse. But the marchers weren't brandishing weapons. Instead, their bold, colorful signs made clear that they had come not to rescue Trump, but to surround hate and force it to surrender, as a banner held in front of the Washington Monument declared. Yeah, so we're in a fantasy land. So let's go real quick. And there's something amusing here, actually. I'm going to show you, and it's going to prove that why. Yeah, here. See, the Washington Post. Oh, here. One thing. Everything is written by women except for one from a man. But look at the name. Jeff Soorman. Get it? Soorman. So that's it. That's all women. And Jeff Soorman. Okay. Now here, this is actually pretty amusing. I like this. A look at the 64 bills. Democrats have laid out a bold agenda. Here's a rundown of some popular proposals. And, they have the 64 bills. So what happened after this fake edition came out? The Washington Post, I like this. This is actually pretty funny. They took that headline, a look at the 64 bills, and they took it for themselves, as you can see here. A look at the 64 bills. Yes, yesterday, after it came out, by Philip Bump at 12:56 yesterday. And it's about the Buffalo Bills. It's safe. Okay, so you can see here it's about the Buffalo Bills, the 64 bills, and just in case you don't think they were in on a joke, here it is. Note: on Wednesday, activists passed out fake versions of the Post at locations around D.C. The paper pointed back to a website mocked up to look like ours, and on that website was an article titled simply, "A Look at the 64 Bills." We figured that such an article might as well exist on our actual site, and that is the sole reason this does. So they're in on a joke. Despite speculation that they're going to sue, I don't think so. First of all, satire is protected, even if they do use the name. So, and also, the owner of the Post, Jeff Bezos, right now, let's not get into it too much. I think he's got other legal things more pressing for him personally. Okay, but now, here's the big thing. Here's the breaking news that nobody, exclusive to the Dummy Funnies, nobody has covered, and it's very distinct. So it's all sort of everybody's thinking, oh, this is all in good fun. And yeah, so far it sort of is. I mean, I don't agree with this stuff, but yeah, see here, from Paris to Perth, streets filled with revelers of America, end of America. Okay, it's satire. It's all in good fun. More. Oh, yeah. Well, this is not quite. Major news outlets on Trump's rise to power are bad. Yeah, like they're apologizing. Actually, no, I'm sorry, fake Washington Post, but actually the news outlets are almost almost completely resolute in opposition to Trump. So why should they apologize? I mean, that's fake. That's fake right there. The idea that the news story somehow the news and somehow enabled Trump. Okay. Yeah. Oh, here's a. This is actually pretty funny. This is from. Okay. Supposedly this is May 1st, 2019. So and it's supposed to be the Washington Post, a fictional Washington Post, eerily predicted real events. So it's referring back to its self-referral. That's pretty amusing. I got to admit that. Okay. Months of protests led to ouster. Like I say, you could all read this, but what I'm about to show you, nobody has analyzed. Let's get right down to it. Okay, it's coming. Here we go. Okay, this is it. This is something that nobody has covered yet, and it's serious. It's disturbing. It's not funny at all. This is all part. This isn't something else I brought up. This is actually the part of the PDF of the, and I guess in the printed edition too, of the fake Washington Post. And it says here, bring back justice, bring back our democracy. And now they're not laughing. It's not funny. So it starts off, what has happened to our country over the past 2 years? So they're serious here. And then I'm going to get to something really disturbing. What has happened to law and order, to the institutions we all trusted to safeguard our rights and freedoms, the institutions which had the power under the law to help us in times of danger, keep us safe from those who would prey on innocent lives to fulfill some distorted inner need? What has happened to the respect for each other, the fear of retribution by the court, society, and the police for those who break the law, who wantonly trespass on the rights of others? What has happened is a complete breakdown of life as we knew it. See, not so funny now, right? And they're serious. And I'm going to show you this. So just keep in mind, they're not joking now. This is damn serious. Now let's get to the really disturbing part of this. This is disturbing, especially for anybody familiar with the Stalin trials in Russia during the Great Terror of the late 30s. Okay, here we go. This is it right here. This is just keep in mind, nobody. I'm the first to actually focus in on this. So here. Some people have stated that hate and rancor should be removed from our hearts. Yeah, maybe it should be. I do not think so. I want to hate those destroyers of lives. They should be incarcerated for their crimes. Get it? They're angry. They must serve as examples so that others will think long and hard before committing a crime or an act of self-serving treason. Yes, Americans, I want to hate these traitors, and I always will. I am not looking to psychoanalyze or understand them. I am looking to punish them. Does it sound like fun satire? No. If the punishment is strong, the attacks on innocent people will stop. I recently watched a newscast trying to explain the anger in these old white men. We no longer want to understand their anger. We want them to understand our anger. We want them to be afraid. So they're out for vengeance. And believe me, if the left gets back in power again in America, don't be surprised. Here, they're warning us. They're telling us what's going to happen. Stalinist type trials of the Great Terror era. The Great Terror culminated in 1937-38. That's exactly what they want. And they're telling us. And you notice, this is very interesting because it's not funny anymore. And you could read the rest of it here, and it's signed the human race. Although, oddly enough, the person here dropped the we. It's I want vengeance. I want it. So, you know, all this thing about, oh, it's all in good humor, it's just funny, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. You know what? Here's the bottom line. And they gave away the game of how angry they are, the resistance. They're bitter, they're angry, and they're out for revenge. And you found out about it first. Where? Here on the DUmmie FUnnies. And please, you like this? I'm going to have a lot more. Subscribe down below. Thank you, and good night or good day.